Welcome back to The Race. An estimated 700,000 Americans will lose their food assistance when new rules start this year. Elizabeth Ruiz looks at the impact.
Food is a basic necessity, but getting access to that food doesn't always come easy.
I have been using SNAP off and on for about 13 years.
SNAP, the government's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, is the country's largest nutrition assistance program.
I did not have any family to support me. I had lost my job and I had a child with a lot of health needs.
At one point in her life, Andrea says she was budgeting $50 a week for groceries.
I had this moment where I just kind of sat on the kitchen floor and realized that I could allow myself to go hungry, but I couldn't let my kids. And it had reached the point where I was afraid that that was going to happen.
So she applied for SNAP once again. Andrea is one of nearly 40 million Americans currently using the program.
It provides individuals and families who have lower income with access to food benefits on a monthly basis.
The Colorado Department of Human Services is preparing for a change to the SNAP program expected to go into effect April 1st.
On December 4th, proposed rule was finalized regarding requirements for able-bodied adults without dependents.
Under current rules, able-bodied adults can receive 3 months of SNAP benefits in a 3-year period if they work less than 20 hours a week. But there has been an exception to that rule.
Based on unemployment rates and other economic factors, states have been able to get waivers so that those able-bodied adults without dependents did not have to meet those work requirements.
The administration's change will make it more difficult to get approval for that waiver. On Twitter, Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue explained why he thinks the country will benefit from the change. He tweeted, "The USDA's rule lays the groundwork for the expectation that work-capable Americans re-enter the workforce where there are currently more job openings than people to fill them." Andrea argues the situation isn't so simple.
If you aren't eating enough, then you can't be healthy enough to even work.
Since she has children, she won't personally be impacted by the SNAP change, but she knows quite a few people who will be.
I think that you should know that there's a very good chance that you might know somebody.
For The Race, I'm Elizabeth Ruiz reporting.
More than 64 million Americans collected Social Security benefits in 2019, but there are some concerns about the program's future. Annie Taylor is getting the facts on where it stands.
Chris, Social Security helps retirees and Americans with disabilities. But with more people retiring and less people paying in, it's leaving leaders having to come up with a plan to make sure that the program stays alive. These numbers give you an idea of how many people count on Social Security. 2 million elderly Americans rely on it for at least half their income. And without it, 1/3 of those same Americans would live in poverty. Our partners at PolitiFact found Social Security has $2.9 trillion in its combined trust funds. It says that if nothing changes, the reserves will run out around 2035. After that, the program would keep paying benefits between 70 and 80% of what people expected. Payments would be lower without tax dollars funding the reserves. Experts say when it comes to changing the program, the sooner the better. They say it would give people and businesses time to come up with a plan and adapt. Right now, the bills that members of Congress are working on rely heavily on raising taxes so that they can fund future benefits. I'm Annie Taylor for The Race.
The race continues next.